So today we are here really to take part in the democratic process. It is interesting that we are doing this at the same time as in the United States they are holding their what's it called, James? Primaries. Being not American, you can tell all of a sudden. Their primaries, and they're doing many of these things, of debates and of different style today of debates. Today we are going to be hosting what's called a town hall debate, in which we will be asking specific questions that were formulated by students, teachers, STUCO advisors, and we will be asking the blocks directly, one question to each member of the block, and if there is additional time, we will ask another question as well. We kindly ask that you turn off any cell phones that you may have on at this moment, and that you listen to each person's individual response. Next, is it Friday, Ms. Kirscher?
Yeah.
On Friday, you will be doing your final votes. And there will also be, on Thursday, I believe it is, you will be also listening to the platforms of the different teams, or the blocks. It is an important decision because these individuals will represent you as students. So it is an incredibly important decision. You do not base it upon friendships. You do not base it upon who your other friend tells you to vote for. You base it upon who you believe to be the most best qualified candidates. And every single one of your votes matters, whether you in grade 6 or whether you in grade 11. Each of your votes is equivalent. So please, make smart decisions. I'd like to first start by introducing our two blocks, and again I want to compliment all of the students that are running for these positions, as well as regular class representatives that we will decide on Friday as well. We went through a process of selection, and in that process we actually discovered some new things. And from it as well, we're starting to change some of our rules as a school. We had a lot of different issues about what is a discipline referral, for example, what does it mean, and we're really examining all of those things. At ACS we have, I think, this big fear of what a discipline referral is. And the reality is a discipline referral is simply a report of what happened. From now on, and basically next year, we will be changing the student handbook dramatically. All discipline referrals will be referred to as infractions that are minor, significant, and major. What will determine if you can apply for clubs such as this is whether you have a major infraction, not necessarily a minor or significant. So throughout this process, really, of STUCO, we've learned. And I apologize if we turned any students away for different reasons based upon what we thought was a correct process. Our real goal is for all of you to be able to try to obtain these kinds of positions in the future. We want to motivate you, and we want you all to be leaders. And that's what we're committed to. So, without further ado, I think we'll introduce the blocks and then we'll get started. So the first off, we have Juanjo's block. Juanjo, you want to stand? Juanjo is is trying to be the president. We have Mafer, the vice president. Natia, supervisor. Sebastian Barragan, treasurer. And Nadine as vocal. That is your block 1. The second block, we have as a president, Ale de Herrera. Vice president, Sebastian Arduz. Supervisor, Alex Schwab. Treasurer, HK. And vocal, Felipe. Let's give a big round of applause for all of our two blocks. Today we'll be starting our questions with the block led by Juanjo. Can you please take the stage? I will indicate the time for each of the questions, and I'll ask, please, with 20 seconds left, that you give some sort of a sign. So they may be able to see you better from over here, actually. Thank you. Okay, so the first question goes to the president, Juanjo. This question was posed by an ACS student. You will have 3 minutes to answer a two-part question. First off, I'd like you to answer, what is the most important objective or goal of your campaign? And secondly, If your campaign or block was to be elected, what steps would you take to accomplish your goal? You have 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Seelig. First of all, I'd like to separate our goal of the campaign and our goal overall. We want to put ourselves out there in the campaign. We don't want to sell ourselves on and put ourselves out there like a brand. We want everyone to know us for who we are as individuals, and we want everyone to know our values and our ideals, which I think is the most important part for students to take into consideration when you guys are actually making a decision to vote. Now, as taking the part as president, we serve as a nexus, which is like a link or joint that serves in the school in ACS, and it puts together the puzzle that is ACS. And we want to put everybody's role into consideration, and we want everybody to be heard equally all over the school. Whether it's you guys, the students, or the parents and teachers. And this year, as being part of STUCO, we saw an increase of parents being included in student affairs. So we want to increase the communication and better connection that there is, so that there's a better and more smooth function. Also, we want to create a sensation of trust where everyone can say whatever they want in an untroubled manner, but still in a form of constructive criticism, so that we can build upon that and grow and make a very successful group for the next year. In order to do this, we plan to attend and be more included in the affairs and administration, and also in the affairs of the board. We want to be taken into consideration when decisions are being made. That way we can communicate all these things to you guys so that everyone is involved.
Thank you, Juan. The next question is for the Vice President. This question was posed by ACS teachers. It is, again, a two-part question. You will have a 1 minute and a half, 90 seconds for each question. I'll ask them one at a time this time. So your first question is, what do you see to be the biggest strength of the current STUCO group, and how would you build upon their successes?
Well, as part of last year's block, I think that definitely one of the biggest strengths was the communication amongst students and administration, and also that we were really accessible to the students, so people were free, felt comfortable sharing their ideas and ideals, which, as Juanjo said, created a sensation of trust among the community, which is extremely important when you want to change the school, so you take into consideration everyone's opinion.
Thank you. The second part of the question is, what do you believe to be the biggest weakness of the current STUCO, and what strategies would you implement to improve?
Well, as part of last year's STUCO, if I can point out the strengths, I also need to learn from our mistakes. And definitely, social media and technology was not a big strength, and I think we have to implement that next year, because it's a way of reaching out to more people, and also to increase communication amongst the students. And also, I think something we need to fix this year is that we need to make sure that the STUCO bylaws are fulfilled and time extensions are not changed. So I think we need to implement, and we need to have our expectation clear with this, with the class officers. Yeah.
Thank you. The next question is for the candidate for treasurer. This question was posed by an ACS STUCO advisor. You have 2.5 minutes to answer. Or, I'm on the supervisor, sorry. Right? So this question was posed by an ACS administrator. It's a two-part question. You have 1.5 minutes for each part. I'll ask them in two separate parts. So the first part is, the role of the supervisor is to ensure that STUCO members basically do their job. How will you motivate individual class representatives to participate and work for the good of all students?
Okay, so to motivate class reps to participate for the good of all students, I would remind them what it means to be part of STUCO, because if you want to be a candidate, you are signing up to lead your classroom throughout the whole year. It's to make a change and encourage others to make a change. As a block, we want officers to feel like they want to help others and help their classroom to make it better.
All right. And the second part, how will you discipline and manage cases of students that do not fulfill their responsibilities?
So the first time I would speak to them privately and figure out what went wrong and how we could work on to make things better, and encouraging them to do a good role as an officer. And if that happens again, then I would give them a warning letter.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now the case. This question was posed by an ACS advisor. You have 2.5 minutes to answer. Basically, what ideas do you have to raise more funds for STUCO in the future, and how would you propose to spend those funds?
So lately, our STUCO funds have been raised mostly by collecting a 10% tax from every activity that every class has had. And that has proven to be a very effective method to raise money for STUCO, in which we use those funds to organize activities such as a talent show and the senior farewell, which we're working on right now. And I think that is a very good method to keep on raising money, and we should continue to implement that throughout next year. We also want to make more community unifying activities. We were thinking, for example, bonfires between us students and having campouts between ourselves, or some other activity in which we can raise money and distribute it equally among the classmates and not only for STUCO. And we want to use the school facilities to their full potential. For example, tennis courts, we want to keep on using them in the soccer field and just use our beautiful school as it should be used. And we also want to implement some more activities so that lower classes can keep making more money. We were thinking of bringing back middle school madness so that middle school classes can keep on raising their funds, and by this STUCO would get not only a 10% but also the encouragement of other classes to make more funds. And we would use them to keep on and encourage more green initiatives, such as the water filling station we were working on this year. Community, as I said, community bonding activities like senior farewell and the talent show. And we were considering, well, not considering, we're actually going to have a suggestion box for all students throughout the whole year, in which we will, you guys will be able to leave suggestions for the block in telling us that what you want us to work on and what you want us to attend through the year. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next question is for the vocale. This question was posed by ACS administrators. You have 2 minutes to answer. What tools and strategies will you use to communicate, engage, and encourage all students to participate in STUCO events and activities?
Okay, so this year, our plan is to make all students be involved in STUCO. We don't want just the block or the class representatives to be part of it. So what we want to do is encourage everyone to feel welcome in STUCO. And as Seba said, we will have a suggestion box where anybody can write any ideas or maybe suggestions they have for STUCO, where it can be completely anonymous, so you can write your name or your class. And then every Thursday, we will pick up that box, and on Fridays, we usually have a weekly meeting where we will see what those suggestions are and try to fix them for the next week. And also, as the vocal, my job is to make everyone know what's happening. So we will have a Facebook page where we will tell you what happened in our meetings. We will write down the minutes and everybody can follow. It'll be like really cool, we'll have pictures and stuff. And we'll also have Instagram, because we all know that our school has outstanding people who do many things out of school, not just our athletes. So we want people to be recognized for that. So we will have an Instagram where we will put pictures of everyone and their achievements that they have done inside or outside of school. Also, we will have a Snapchat geo filter. Everybody knows what that is, you know, the La Paz thingy that you appear on filter. So what we want to do is create one for the school so we can spread school spirit. Because, I mean, who doesn't want a geo filter of our school logo? I mean, that's super cool, right? Like, it shows school spirit. So that is what we are trying to do, to have one with our school logo. Then, also, we would like to have a way to find STUCO work not to be so tedious, because, I mean, not everybody likes to work their shifts, right? I mean, come on, face it. Not everybody likes to do that. So, what we're planning is to find a way to make things fun. To help students have fun while they're working and raising money for their class. Thank you.
And this question is for the president. This question was posed by ACS students, and you have 2 minutes to answer. What are the 3 most important events and activities that STUCO will create and run, and explain their importance to the school and the students?
So, I think that everybody here has smartphones, computers, tablets, and every other day you get updates. And that's exactly what we want for the school. We want to evolve from what we already have. For example, everyone probably started off with an old Nokia phone, and now we have these amazing devices. And that's exactly what we need for the school. We need to improve and change the bug fixes. One of the most important events that we want to change for the school and we want to improve upon is a Family Day picnic. Family Day picnic for us is one of the most important events of the year. And it's a great opportunity for all the classes to unite and raise funds. Now, we want to expand it and not only open it to the ACS community, but also open it to the La Paz community. And this way, we can use one of the most important characteristics that ACS has, which is the rich culture. And I think it's something that we very rarely exploit. And this way, we can really exchange cultures with the Bolivian culture and also with the foreign people that come from other places. Another very important event that we find innovative and is new is a drama night. We want to use the very beautiful facilities that the school has to offer, which we usually just pass by them like it was nothing, but we want to actually use them to their maximum potential. And with the drama night, we would recognize the students that are in the new class and also use our facilities. Finally, we also want to recognize our seniors with a couple events. First of all, we want them to have more priority. We want seniors really to remember all their last year, and we want to spoil them. So, with a beautiful prom by the poolside and an amazing farewell, this would be amazing.
Thank you. And our last question for this block, to the Vice President. This question was posed by a STUCO advisor, and you have 2 minutes to answer. What makes your block unique and special as individuals and groups?
Well, as a block, I think that what is really important is that we honor individuality and individual strengths. I think that our different personalities and our different abilities as leaders in different areas make us unique. And the ability to work together and rely on each other make us a strong block. I think that something really important is the passion and compromise we have to what we are, to the role we want to fulfill in STUCO. We are not afraid to confront complacency and make necessary changes to our block. We are enthusiastic for what we want to do with the school next year, and we really want the ACS to be a good place for all the students, the teachers, and the whole community. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give a big round of applause for this block led by one more. Next second block. All right. Our second block will be asked the same questions under the same conditions. So please listen carefully so you can differentiate between one team's response and the other. The first question is for the president. This is, again, a question posed by the ACS students. It's a two-part question. You have 3 minutes to answer the complete 2 questions. The first question is, what is the most important objective or goal for your campaign? And the second part is, and if your block was to become elected, what steps would you take to accomplish your goal?
Okay, thank you. So, as you already know, the name of our blog is One Team, One Dream. So, when talking about our main goal is school unity. We want to promote teamwork all over our school community. We are a single team. When we're talking about STUCO, we don't want to talk about the 5 of us trying to guide you guys, but we want to talk about the 185 of us. Every single one of you guys making part of what ACS is. We want to establish an environment in which each individual can thrive with their own talent. Each individual in the ACS community can shine. We all share common goals. We all want to accomplish different things. And in order to do so, we need to work as a team. We all have many dreams that we want to, dreams and changes that we want to see in school. And in order to do so, we need to unite as a single team, right? The steps that we will take in order to do so, to unite, to get to know each other, to get to know who likes what, or what changes we want to see in school. In order to do this, we will bring back activities that will unite us together, that will let us know, that will allow us to get to know each other better. So the activities we're thinking about bringing back are prom, for example. That's a great opportunity for every single student to show their feelings towards other people, to share memories, to dance, to have fun. Also, like Seba said, middle school madness. That's a great event, not only because of the money you can earn, but because of the experience and memories that you can get from these type of events. We want to bring back these events in order to get united, in order to get to know each other. We all want to achieve a single dream, and if we want to do it, I think we should all unite as one team.
Thank you. The next question is for the Vice President candidate. This question was posed by ACS teachers. It is a 2-part question. You have 1.5 minutes for each part. I will ask one at a time. The first question is, what do you see to be the biggest strength of the current STUCO group, and how would you build upon their strengths and successes?
So to start off, we would like to congratulate the current STUCO group for all their great work. And next, their strengths were that they were an organized group. They knew what they were doing. They had everything planned. They were on track of everything. And also their events. They had really successful events, like for example, movie nights and all those stuff. Another thing is that they had financially successful events. And therefore, many classes were able to raise funds in a greater way than other years. So how can we build upon this? So this will be our guide. This is like our start. So here we're going to start. So we will keep our work neat and organized, just like the other STUCO group did. Also, we're going to ask for your opinions for what new events could we do? What new events would bring more funds? What new events would bring more experiences, and what would be fun? Another thing is that why would we can keep the traditional events, but why don't we start off with new? Why don't we say our class had the idea and bring new events to a school? And this will not only strengthen our group, but this will also be for future groups, and therefore the community will grow big. Thank you.
Thank you. The second part of the question is, what do you believe were the biggest weaknesses of the current STUCO group, and what strategies would you implement to improve them?
Okay. So we think one of the weaknesses were the lack of communication using technological devices and media. And another weakness was that we did have a voice, but not much suggestions were made. So how can we become stronger with these weaknesses? Okay, so suggestions. So like the other STUCO group said, we're going to have suggestions box. But what if we have one for each class and we solve each class problem? Why do we narrow down and have each class? So each advisory, every month we're gonna go to your advisory class and talk with your class about what problems are and like what problems are going on and what can be solved and what is going good. So with this, we're gonna also be able to interact with your class. We're gonna get to know each other better, and our group will get to also check on your financial statements. So we know where you are, and we also can be a complete group. Another thing is that we're gonna give you guys a voice. Because if we give you a voice, we know what's gonna go on, and we're gonna be able to work better as a team. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is for the supervisor. The question was posed by ACS administrators. It is, again, a two-part question. I will ask one at a time. You have 90 seconds to answer each question. The first question is, the role of the supervisor is to ensure that STUCO members do their jobs. How will you motivate individual class representatives to participate and work for the good of all students?
Okay, so first of all, each and every one of you guys, the class representative, has the potential to do something. Each one of you is there for a reason. Each one of you has a commitment and has ideas, big ideas that can be achieved. All of us together, working as a team of 185. So how can we encourage you to do more? To, when you feel down, to put you up, to do more changes and to even motivate you more. So first of all, yes, sometimes there are threats of warning letters and stuff like that, but we don't want to do that. Instead of threatening, we want to reward you guys. Every time you do something good, we're going to do a reward system. So we can use like points, and then at the end of the year, we're going to have different like pizza parties, barbecues, or different awards to recognize all the work and effort you have put into STUCO. Second of all, results will be another type of motivation. Together, we will accomplish goals. Those goals will be seen throughout the school. The changes we make will be also a type of motivation to encourage you to keep on doing more. When you see the satisfaction of others, you will want to do more to help others even more.
Thank you. The second part of the question for 90 seconds is, how will you discipline and manage cases of students that do not fulfill their responsibilities?
Okay, so students who do not fulfill their responsibilities, we will keep on working with the warning letter system. So, however, we will, for example, in the tardy policies or responsibilities, they will have like one chance to miss something, and yeah, we will talk to them and try to fix the problems. However, if this happens more than once, we will start again with the warning letter system, and if you have more than 3 warning letters, then you will have to be expelled from STUCO. And yeah, but as I said before, we would like to make everyone work by motivating them mostly with the reward system and with showing them results.
Excellent. Thank you. Treasurer. So this question was posed by an ACS advisors. You have 2.5 minutes to answer. What ideas do you have to raise funds for STUCO in the future, and how would you propose to spend those funds? You have 2.5 minutes.
So as we all know, STUCO has been enforcing on the policy of receiving 10% of the profit made from each class. And although some people might believe that it proves effective, we choose to do a different policy, which we won't receive the 10%, which STUCO will make individual, independent activities separate from each class activities. So in this way, we want to acknowledge each class's efforts that we made for the events, which they will also go to entirely to each classes. So, and in turn, we won't give out some profits, such as the carnival fair, to each classes in the same way. And we plan to gain money to raise funds by first promoting the development of individual talents. We all know that our school has diversity of talents, and we want to improve them individually. And we want to use them by funding activities, but we won't, not just by athletics, music, or art. We want to expand that to a diversity of subjects, such as history, math, science, etc. So in this way, we'll get money with the talents, and we'll invest it back to the students again, and to provide an environment for more students to develop and improve their talents. And also, we want to get money not just circulating in the ACS community, but as well to associate it with outside of ACS community. And therefore, with the money gained, we will not only improve our unity within our ACS community through such as sponsored sleepover at school, Olympics theme day, etc. And we want to develop more healthier environment for students to discover, develop their talents.
Thank you. Mr. Volcal. This question was posed by ACS administrators. You have 2 minutes to answer. What tools and strategies will you use to communicate, engage, and encourage all students to participate in STUCO events and activities?
Thanks, Mr. Seeley. As they said before, one of the bad things, well not bad, but that needed improvement from the other STUCO block, which is this year's, was communication. And we are planning to make this better, as the other block said, which is essential. Social media these days, everybody uses it, so we would use Snapchat. We have already created an account. We're working on getting all the people, or all the ones who have Snapchat, to be in this account. Also use Facebook, and this way we plan to make everybody know what's going on in the school, because this year it was good, but not how we wanted it to be. And we could make it better because we are planning to have, as they said before, meetings with every class officers to check how everything is going in their class and how we can improve them, like how we can improve their financial budget. And we also, we're working, some of us, like Sevi and me, we know what it's like to be new in high school and be in STUCO. So for the future 9th graders, we will try and help you to get a good start and not be behind as anybody else. So we want everybody to know what the school offers, and we would also like to, a suggestion is, like, for every event, because not many people know all the events exactly, we would tell them in our Facebook page or Snapchat what each event is, how it works, and how you can help, so that everybody would want to be a part of STUCO. And as we also said, with the reward system, we hope that would encourage all people to be in STUCO next year.
Thank you. Again, second question for the president. This question was posed by ACS students. You have 2 minutes to answer. Name the 3 most important events and activities that STUCO will create and run, and explain their importance.
Okay, so as I mentioned before, we want to bring activities that will allow us to get to know each other. So one of the activities we want to get for this year, it's a type of mini friendship games between classes. This will allow us to achieve class unity. So we will have every single class to be a team, and then we will have like every single class to play different types of sports and make it like friendship games. So we can all share memories with each other, we can all get to know each other by playing sports, by giving our effort, by giving our best. Also we can unite our emotions as a team. And in order to achieve school unity, we first need to achieve class unity, right? So this event will mainly allow us to unite every class. Another type of event is we want to work Halloween fair and family day picnic. For the past years, this event has been events that ASOPA will run, and we want to get that back to STUCO. We think these events are key, not only to get to know each other between like the ACS students, but also between our families. I really think that our community is not only formed by us, but also by our parents, our sisters, our cousins, and we want to work closer on these events. And we also want to make them bigger, to open them to the La Paz community, like Juan Jose, to bring other schools, to bring other people, so we can also share with other types of people and everything. And also, the third event we want to work on is the pep rally and the lock-in. Lately, our athletes have been working really hard to represent our school.
Thank you, Ali. The Vice President, this question was posed by STUCO advisors. You have 2 minutes to answer. What makes your block unique and special as individuals and as a group?
Okay, so why us? So we don't want to shine as an individual, we want to shine as a group. So let me start off with that. So just, we have different characteristics and also different roles that show leadership. Ale is involved in soccer, gym, and STUCO. I am involved in soccer, track, and STUCO. Alex, soccer, basket, track, volley, and gym. Felipe is involved in soccer, track, and STUCO. And HK is involved in basket, volleyball, NHS, and STUCO. So, and what makes us unique? We want to be fair, and we aren't willing to make changes just for us to have preferences. We want to make the changes for you guys to have preferences. And also, we have strong technical skills. So our skills will be in time management, academics, leadership, communication, and responsibilities. Each and every one in our STUCO group is in the honor roll for academics and are involved in more than one sport and extracurricular activities. And also, something that would be unique from us is that we want to have more communication between our classmates. We want to get to know each other more. We want to get to know our problems and the solutions. We want to grow as a group and not as each individual. And also, another thing that I would like to mention is that we're not just here to become leaders. We're not here to become the STUCO. We're here to make a difference because leadership is not an action. No, leadership is an action and it's not just a position. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Block. Alex. Let's give one big round of applause again to each of our blocks. I highly encourage you over the next day to look for opportunities, to seek them out, to ask them questions, to expand on the ideas that they did today, and to look at their advertisements. We will be monitoring closely to make sure that everyone is following the rules. As we said, on Thursday, they will present their platforms, and on Friday, you will make the all-important vote for each and which block will represent you as students. Having just come back from the Friendship Games, first off, let's give a big round of applause to all of our athletes. I also have some important announcements to make in that during the Friendship Games on Friday, the directors of the 4 Bolivian schools met to discuss the future Friendship Games for middle school as well as for high school. I am happy to announce that we are 100% confirmed that middle school will be traveling to Santa Cruz next year to represent the school, so we look forward to that. In the meantime, our middle school has a big job to do to step up to participate in the upcoming tournament. We have a Cougar Cup for middle school coming up. We need all of our basketball players. We can't compete with 3 people. Track and field. We need you guys to come out. If you haven't come out already, it is still a new opportunity to come out and participate now. When we make choices to see who will go next year to Santa Cruz, we will make it based upon your participation in all activities and events. In secondary, we are confirmed that we will be hosting, ACS will be hosting in the fall, the first semester, which will be volleyball, soccer. The big announcement is that for the second semester, we will be adding going back to what they call the cultural exchange. Now, this is especially pertinent right now because you guys are about to have your talent show. Your talent show is what day, Rafa? April 21st. And tickets are sale. How do people buy tickets? At the door, or can they buy them in advance? Okay. This talent show next year will take on even a greater importance, and we will do it earlier in the year. Because the group, or the musical group that is selected from the talent show, one group will be selected to represent the school at Friendship Games in what will become a new event of a Friendship Games talent show. So it will be incredibly important in the future, and it will give you an opportunity, those who have musical talents, to really express yourselves as well. Additionally, we will be hosting what's called a Knowledge Bowl, which is an event between basically a team of 4 students who will compete to answer questions similar to Jeopardy. So we will be selecting 4 to 6 students from ACS as well to represent the school in Knowledge Bowl. We will also be doing a debate team, and 4 students will represent ACS in a debate competition against the other 4 schools. And the last activity that will be added in addition will be chess. So we will also be nominating 2 to 4 students to participate and to compete against other student members in chess. So this is really exciting. We are opening this not only to our athletes, obviously, but to our students who have talents in many other areas. So we're excited to see that this happens, and we will be starting teams basically in August to prepare for these events. I remind you again, Friday, make smart choices for your elections, not based on friendships. Have a great day, guys. Enjoy your half day off.